What's up, everybody? My name is Joseph Lana, also known as the Cowboy Drummer. I play drums in a band called Dropout Kings. I travel around the world and play drums, and I make videos and stuff. And this is my new channel where I want to talk about some other aspects of my life that I'm really passionate about, like manifesting things, getting through struggle, positive thinking, brother, okay? I used to be a heroin addict. I was in and out of jail for a long time. I was in and out of rehabs. I couldn't get it right. I kept falling. It was a struggle until I learned this kind of mental technique. I read this book called The Secret, and then there's this other book called The Law of Attraction. They're both kind of similar. I learned when I read those books how powerful my thinking was, how powerful our brains are. Anything you do in your life, it all starts in your mind. If you have an idea and you think about it, that turns into a feeling, into a vibration, as they say, which is just another word for an emotion. And that emotion is what literally creates your life. That's what attracts things into your life. If you're thinking about worry and struggle all the time, you're going to attract more things in your life to support those ideas and that vibration. Same thing if you think about health and success and wellness, you're going to see that in your life. And I saw that in rehab. It was very clear to me after I learned this. We're all thinking about how hard it is. You know, that's why the success rates are so low. The getting off of heroin is so hard, as they say. It's not. It's just a mindset shift. Everyone in there is under the impression that this is a lifelong disease. You know, this is a long road to recovery. This is going to be hard. You know, 12 steps, one day at a time. Once an addict, always an addict. There's like this whole framework that kind of scares you and gives you anxiety. So you're going in there trying to get clean, trying to change your life, all with this vibration of damn near failure. It's going to be hard. They almost accept that you're going to relapse. It's almost like an acceptable thing. They're just like, yeah, you know, it happens. It's going to happen. It's okay. If you're a drug and addiction counselor and you spend your time going in there trying to help people, you're amazing. You're a special kind of person. I just think the curriculum that's at play is flawed heavily. I mean, for the success rates of getting off opiates to be that low, I think I read something like 20 to 30% of heroin addicts achieve long-term success, like over 10 years, with no other drugs, no Suboxone and methadone, these other drugs that they put you on to get you off of the drug you were addicted to, even though it's the exact same drug, it's an opiate. It's madness, brother. You got to get off of everything. That's the true way to beat addiction and to get clean. And the success rates in that way are very, very low. And I truly believe if we change the mindset on how we're approaching this thing, we can get those numbers up way higher. We can get those numbers up way higher. The minute I started thinking about my addiction in a different way, everything changed and there was no turning back. And I soared right through all the programs. I got right through rehab, right through drug court. I stopped doing drugs. I never went back to jail. I didn't do any bullshit. I started thinking about success, health, good, positive things. I had goals I was going after. I was creating a whole life in my mind that then became real in reality. That's what we're doing here. That's what everyone's doing, whether you know it or not. When I was a drug addict, that's all I thought about. That's all I went after. That's all I got. I wanted drugs. I put my mind to it. I saw it. I wanted it. I went for it. And it happened. The minute I went for other things, those things started happening. So I'm going into rehab, I'm trying to get help or whatever, and I'm just like being thrown at, you know, this is difficult. You know, Bobby came in, relapsed after 10 years. Other brother's in jail. He's not here today. He got caught. People come in there like just talking about struggle and disease. You know, this is a disease. This is hard. That's the mindset. That's what we're all manifesting. I saw it with my own eyes, dude. I'd go in there and be like, holy shit. Once I learned this whole law of attraction thing, it was very clear. So I consciously changed my way of thinking on purpose. I said, I'm not going to entertain those thoughts. I'm going to think about wellness and success and good things. And it just happened, dude. I went on autopilot. It became easy. Beating addiction is easy. I bet you don't hear anyone say that. Yeah, well, it is. You just have to think of it like that. If you think of it like it's hard, it's going to be. If you think of it like it's easy, it's going to be. That's literally what happened with me. And I saw it happen with other people. We're all thinking about how, you know, anxiety, scared, worried, and we're just manifesting that reality. You can create any life you want, not just getting through struggle, not just beating addiction. You can get through anything, man. I started a whole contracting company. I had employees. I had a comfy house and a pool. And I had this whole life. And I manifested that from addiction. Then my father passed away, and I was like, you know what? I want to change it up. I want to go be a famous drummer. That's what I want to do. I want to tour, and I want to play drums, and I want to honor my father because that's what he did, and that's what he loved to do. I should have been doing that way long ago, but I didn't. I got slipped up into the drugs. You know, my life was kind of a mess, but thank God I went through it because I learned a lot, and I learned how to manifest things, and I'm still doing it. I'm still working on it. There's more things in my life I don't have that I'm working on having. And you know what I'm doing? I'm pretending like I have it already because you got to have that vision in your mind. You got to see the life you want, and it'll get there. It'll come to you. It's a law. That's the other thing I learned reading these books. It is a law, just like gravity. When you drop that apple, it's supposed to fall. It has to fall. There's no other way about it. You know, it's a law. This is the same way. Energy attracts like energy. Birds of a feather flock together. You might have heard that saying before. That's derived from this whole idea here. This is nothing new. They've been doing this for as long as people have been around. This has been a known thing. It's just been packaged and presented in different ways. And in the modern day, we got books like this, The Law of Attraction, The Secret. You read these books, you soak in the information, you apply it to your life. You can change things beyond your wildest dreams. I mean, dude, everyone thought I was going to die. I was an addict. It was terrible. I was shooting up heroin. I could have died any moment. My family was like waiting for the phone call. That's how bad I was. It was terrible. No one thought I was going to get clean. They were putting me in the grave, dude. I magically emerged from it. And it's all because of this mindset and this way of thinking. It is real. It is powerful. And it's really fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this content. Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe. We're going to build this channel. And it's going to be fun. You guys can come along for the way. Have a good day. I'm out. Peace out.